Hello! Welcome to Fetch Quest, everybody, the channel where I have nothing to play on my PS5, so I'm playing Crash Bandicoot, because I play this game maybe once every couple years here, just ever since back in the day here. We'll go on, it's over here. So, yeah, there's nothing to play on the PS5, and that doesn't seem like it's going to change, because Horizon's been pushed back to next year. So yeah, let's dive into Crash Bandicoot.
We haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination.
It's amazing the production values and how they've increased since 1996.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
I've never fully understood the concept of the Cortex Vortex, because he's already been configured elsewise. Otherwise, it's not a normal Bandicoot. I mean, fundamentally, I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, those guys are fun. All right, well, they just drop us right into the first level here. So yeah, so this is the Sane Trilogy, specifically Crash Bandicoot 1 of the Sane Trilogy. Most assuredly, usually what I'll do is I will play through all of these in the course of a given weekend. So like around like probably about every 2 to 3 years, I probably replay the games, getting 100%. But that said, I am starting late on a Sunday, so I will probably. Oh, well, we're starting off strong here. In fairness, I've not played a 3D platformer in a while, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I will easily take the change in the physics, however, for the fact that I don't have to get all the boxes in one life anymore, which you had to in the original game on the PS1, which was, dare I say, in some levels, hell on earth, particularly Road to Nowhere and the High Road. So I will take the slightly shittier physics in order to not have that be a possibility. And you grab 3 masks and you're invincible here. So we're gonna run through all the turtles. Yeah, so we are gonna do a 100% run here. I don't include relics as part of the 100% just because the relics in 1 and 2 I don't anyway, because they're not really conducive in the same way to speed running. They're kind of a pain in the butt to speed run here. Okay, so we're good here. Because they weren't designed with in mind, so I'm not a big fan of trying to do those. And also, you don't have to get 100% to do it. This is really the only tricky part of the level here, is just inching your way forward. Up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that took forever to get the timing down as a kid, but now I have the timing down, so it's all good. Also, I should probably switch over to playing it on the D-pad, because when the game came out, it was not there was not a DualShock controller for the PS1. This is, oh yeah, they got the bonus levels in here too, which we might play around with a little bit too. I remember this is not my first attempt playing through the Sane Trilogy. The last time I played these games was oh, it just takes you right there. That's interesting. The last time I played through these games were on the Sane Trilogy when it first came out. So this is actually my first time going back to them. I'll walk that back. I played it on the PS4, also played it on the Switch, and that Switch version was my last playthrough. So whenever that came out. We're not going to try to get all the boxes here, although we probably will get at least most of them just by going through the levels here. You need the in order to get the gem on certain levels, you need a gem, and in this case, you need the you need a green gem specifically, which we will not get until the Lost City. which is on Island 2. I do not actually like the D-pad on the PS5. I weirdly like the analog stick, so this will be very different. So this is where the gem would spawn if we were able to get all the boxes here, but we were not. And this one also has Tawana bonus levels here, which are, you know, they're fine. They're nothing harmless. Is this a different way to do the bonus levels than in later games? I love the Crash Bandicoot series for no other reason than it's just fun to collect things. I miss the Collectathon 64 games, but then again, my first N64 game was Donkey Kong 64, so, you know, if I was going to be shaking off that genre, it would have been from that game alone. Because, oh boy, is there just a lot of shit to collect. Yeah, so, like I said, we can't get all the boxes here. Alright, quick little aside there. I forgot to mention my co-host, Chloe. And she definitely made that known by making a yelling at us other dogs in the via her window perch where she sits and watches me play games. Chloe is also here. She's also probably not a big fan of bandicoots. She likes chasing squirrels, rabbits, and anything else that she sees out and about. She's innocent enough. She just wants to play, right, pup? Yeah, he's a good pup. Great Gate is also one that we cannot get all the boxes for because we currently need the red gem. The red gem we will get almost at the very end of the game. It is in... Jeez. Yeah, the physics are going to take a little bit of getting adjusted to again because they are different than the N60, than the PlayStation 1 games. Forgive me, Crash was never on the N64, but it's certainly of that time period. Although they took a very different approach because this actually came out almost right at the same time as Mario 64, and at that time there was not a template on how to do a 3D. On how to do a 3D game at that point. So Mario went more of just the openness of a sandboxy environment, and Crash did very linear in terms of what you could actually do. Crud. Well, I can't get all the boxes anyway. But in comparison, Crash is very linear and very straightforward. Yeah. There we go. I got it. It just in terms of, I mean, obviously this is more of a side-scroller level in general, but even like the ones we've played so far, like you can't really go to the sides and stuff. You are moving within a 3D space, either moving away from the screen or in the next level towards the screen, as if we're running away from something. I shouldn't spoil that. I've played this game too many times though, so you'll forgive me on that one. Yeah, there are actually 3 types of bonus levels here. These are Tawana bonus levels, and then there's also slightly more complicated ones with Embryo and Cortex. This is also my first time playing this since playing Crash 4, or the now official Crash 4, as opposed to the new. Whatever Activision's doing with the franchise now, it's hard to tell because time travel is now involved in the mix here. But I did play, and I enjoyed Crash for It's About Time. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it, and not all of it's enjoyable. But I still 100%ed it. I didn't get the you have to get through every level without dying because I'm not a sadist. One. Well, you have to get everything and also all the boxes and stuff in one go. I'm not that big of a sadist. I love these levels. They're a little bit rough because you don't have a ton of time to react to what's coming up, but I still love these levels. There's something that's very fun in Indiana Jones about trying to go through all these here. So, my dad bought a launch day PlayStation. He would buy everything from Sears. For those of you who are under 20, Sears is a company that used to exist. It was like Amazon if you would order your things in a catalog and it would take 4 weeks to get there. But also they had physical stores. For those of you who are under 20, physical stores are a place where you'd go to buy an object that you didn't buy on the internet. And Sears was one of those places. And my dad bought everything at Sears, and he bought a launch day PlayStation when it came out in '95. And that was his console. I was not allowed to play it. I was allowed to watch him play games like Doom and also Crash Bandicoot. And he was very bad at it. And then eventually he softened his stance and let the kids play the PlayStation, but it took a little bit to get there. Is there a gem on this one? I don't think there is. There's two of them, and I think one of them has the gem, and I can't remember if this is the one with the gem or not. Yeah, so they reuse the themes here at least like twice for most of the levels, with the exception of Slippery Climb, although that is now Stormy Ascent. Yeah, I need the gem to get under the waterfall. Okay, so yeah, so then we can't get the gem for this one either. Yeah, a lot of the first worlds where we can't get the gems for just simply because we don't have we don't have the resources we need to get them. But I mean, it's fine. We'll come back and get those when we get the appropriate colored gems. You do, however, have to, for colored gem levels, clear the whole thing without dying, which, you know. I think it's a fair trade-off that you don't have to do that for every level anymore, because some of these levels are a slog. Nothing that we've seen to this point here, but certainly there are other ones, the ice levels in particular, which I think I mentioned earlier. So I am waiting for games to play, so replaying these ones is a nice little treat because they're very fun. We're right now in the doldrums of summer, where just, yeah. I mean, it feels like Nintendo released 4 games last year. Boss time. So this is a very simple boss. Probably a little problematic, but I mean, yeah, we're just gonna roll with it here. So yeah, so basically he's gonna just strike, and we just have to bounce on his head there, effectively. I mean, in total fairness, they were figuring out what 3D gameplay was going to be. And so, I mean, this is very... It's very bare bones. And I mean, when they remade it, they kept it faithful to the original. And it's exactly as easy in the original. Actually, it's even easier because they give you 2 masks at the start of every boss fight. They don't do that here, though. Which, you know, is fair, considering we just kicked his butt. And, yeah, that's all there is to this. Yeah, Papu Papu is the village, or the island guardian, I think is how they described it. Oh yeah, we can also play as Coco. We'll just play as Crash for right now here. Not that I don't enjoy playing as Coco, but I mean, it's the same character. And I played my last playthrough as Coco, so we'll just do Crash. This one we need the blue gem for, so sadly we cannot get all of the boxes on this level either. And that's something you'll hear me say one more time on this island. But we can do the Brio, we can do the Brio one. The Brio ones are a lot harder, and now you actually do have to beat them to get the gems, which is fine. I mean, it makes it a little bit, it gives more meaning to doing those kind of things, I guess. Although I just blew up one of the Brios, so we're not going to get to do that bonus level. Which is unfortunate, but, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Yep. And slide through. Yeah. So, we'll do the Brio one another time, because we're going to have to go through this level to get the gem again anyway. Invincible one more time. They throw the masks at you pretty straightforward early on, because, yeah, you know, everybody's still figuring out, you know, how to move in the 3D space. But yeah, I remember that, oh, well, I don't want to get a game over, so we're gonna, not that I'm anywhere close, but I may as well get the fruit here anyway, because I'm going for the level. Not that I'm in risk of it, but I remember the last time I played through Road to Nowhere, I burned about 50 lives pretty easily. It's just an awful... I mean, like I said, I'll gladly take it because the difference is me being frustrated in every level versus me being frustrated on one level. They basically, for those of you who don't know what I'm describing, they basically tweaked how the polygon of Crash, the collision box, interacts with the ledges here effectively. So what that means on a practical standpoint is basically you slide. And yeah, that's where the gem is. And it's unfortunate that is the case. But again, the quality of life improvements on this version are just so much better that I'm just gonna it's just way better to play it on this version, even with that particular shortcoming that makes certain levels a little bit harder. Yeah. I do love it when the boxes just fall on Crash. It's so good. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why, because it would be a nightmare if you had dropped 200 boxes on his head.